Welcome. It's Donna the Astronomer from Coonabarabran in New South Wales, Australia, and welcome to the very first Conversations with Donna the Astronomer. And we're going to start by talking about April skies. For us down here, it's autumn. For folks in the Northern Hemisphere, it's spring. Now, we're already 1 month into autumn down here, and it's the best time. The best thing is after next Sunday, we go off daylight saving in the states that have it. So the skies will be darker earlier, the nights are starting to get longer, and that makes star viewing a lot of fun. And this is really the best time for star viewing. This is a time where you can go out in the Southern Hemisphere in a dark sky and you can see the Emu rising. Its head's located at the moment when it's rising beneath the Southern Cross. It's the head's there and the neck stretched through the two pointer stars. So there's plenty to see and do. And I'm going to take my glasses off. It looks like I'm reading when I'm not. No, but maybe I'll leave them on. I'm looking at the screen. Okay, so what can you see this month? Lots and lots of stuff. A couple of meteor showers later in the month, which we'll talk about closer to the dates. But at the moment, if you go out in the evening sky, where tonight at 6 p.m. is the first quarter moon. It's 6 p.m. in our time, 8 p.m. in the West. It's in Taurus, and above Taurus is Orion, or we know it as the saucepan, and with it is the very bright evening star, as it's commonly known, or Venus. Venus at the moment is getting brighter and brighter. An interesting thing about Venus, as the brighter it gets, the less of Venus you can actually see through binoculars or a telescope. So it's moving down to looking like a little crescent moon. So about 6:21 tonight is the first quarter moon. Venus is actually very, very close to the Pleiades, the Seven Sisters, which are low on the horizon. So if you look, as it gets darker, you'll see a V shape of stars, one of which is red, which is Aldebaran, the eye of the bull. And down on, that's the face or the eye of Taurus. It's sort of at a V shape, kind of in the sky, kind of like that. And if you're imagining it, this star here is Taurus. Then coming down around here, poking down here somewhere, is a little fuzzy bunch of stars. This looks like this. It's like a little saucepan or a little pot. It's a Seven Sisters. There's only 6 stars you can actually see. But if you look in binoculars, which it's really worth doing, there's about 17 or more. So go out, have a look there in the evening sky. In the morning sky, it's pretty good at the moment because you have the Scorpion sitting up there, probably the easiest constellation to find other than the Southern Cross. So you'll see the Southern Cross is basically, when it starts, it's on the eastern side of the South Celestial Pole, and it's got the pointers underneath it. By morning time, it's the other way. It's on the western side of the South Celestial Pole, and the pointers are above it. And you can clearly see the Emu. Okay, first quarter moon does make that a bit hard, but you can see it if you have a dark enough sky. And we'll talk about the Emu in one of our next talks. But coming back to the eastern sky, where before the sun rises, down low you have Mercury, which again is in phase. And I've got a little talk that'll be after this one on YouTube for the kids, and it's all about Mercury. So kids, by the way, are anyone under 99, so it'll be of interest to anybody. But Mercury is best in the eastern morning sky. It's going to be, if you have a pair of binoculars, it might be worth having a look at. Neptune is reasonably near to it at the moment. It looks like a little blue dot. You can tell it's a planet nowhere near as bright as Mercury, but it's a little planet because it won't twinkle. Worth having a look at. It's not too far apart. They're at their closest on April the 4th, which is 4 nights from now. 4 mornings from now, I should say. So have a look. They'll be a little bit further apart the next morning, but it should still be in the same field of view. So see how you go with that. Also then you have got Jupiter. You can't miss it. Jupiter's being the current morning star. It is big and bright and higher up in the sky. It's playing tag with Mars at the moment. Mars is down near Saturn. It's in Capricorn. Mars is like a little orange star. Jupiter is the highest, and we come to Mars and to yellow Saturn. Always worth having a good look at. Jupiter is quite impressive. It rises just before midnight now, and give it a few more, give it another couple of months and it will be back in the evening sky, making it easy for everyone to see. I had a look at it before all this coronavirus stuff. We had a lovely evening out there just before equinox to have a look at it. So it's going to be quite good. So morning sky, you've got Mars, you've got Venus, you've got Mars, you've got Mercury, you've got Jupiter, and you've got Saturn. So they're things that you can easily see. You don't have to get up too early, just get up before the sun comes up. What else is happening up there this month? As I said, a couple of meteor showers. There's some very interesting satellites if you go out looking for them. There's a wonderful website, heavens-above.com. You can go in there, put in your location and find out when the space station's going past. It's always worth having a good look at. It gives you a little map you can use to find it with. And the other thing that's interesting, from an astronomy point of view, it's a jolly pain in the neck, but from something interesting to take the kids out to have a look at are the Starling Satellites. They look like a bit of a freight train going across the sky. So again, you can find them on that website, heavens-above.com. If you don't remember that, send me an email or a message and I'll send you the link. So lots and lots of things are happening. There was an interesting story today about Mars that's up on my Facebook page at Milroy Coonabarabran, and it's how they've done some research on working out how water hung around Mars for a while from two meteorites that they found on Earth. One of them being the famous meteorite from down Antarctica way that has, they thought, and they're still fighting about whether or not it has bacteria in it or not. Okay, so on that note, we'll sign off on our very first Conversations with Donna the Astronomer. I'm going to do a Q&A session next week, but I need some questions. So please ask me some questions and I'll answer them or attempt to answer them next week. On that note, happy skies. I know we're all stuck in this unusual situation, but we have one world, we have one sky, and just go out with the family in the backyard and look up. Enjoy. See you later.